Deacon Schmitt commits to Oklahoma, Matt. What was your reaction, seeing that and taking it in? Here you are with Deacon. It makes me really happy to see this. Him with you, Deacon, you and Rick, massive human beings.
They make me look small, and I'm 6'4", 340.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just imagine them in pads, folks. That's all I gotta say.
Monster humans.
Mm-hmm. Matt, your takeaways from Deacon Schmitt committing to Oklahoma. Go ahead.
Well, Boomer Sooner for Deacon and his family. The kid did everything right. The vitriol from CU fans. That's something at the end of this we want to talk about.
We will.
It doesn't help us get the next guy, I'll tell you that. But Deacon did everything right. He's going to go develop under Bill Beatonbaugh. Again, Beatonbaugh gets his guy. This is what he does. But, I think it's a huge get for them because he's a hell of a player.
Yep.
And he's got so much potential to grow too. And I'm not talking physically. He's still a baby-faced assassin out there right now. When he hits full grown 21-year-old at Oklahoma for a year and a half man shit. Deacon's an NFL football player. So I couldn't be more proud of him, bro. He made the decision that was best for him and his family and where he felt more comfortable. And again, Bill Beatonbaugh, I'm not going to sit here and try and downplay this at all.
Don't, yeah, exactly.
He is, I love Bill. Bill has always been up front with me since day one. He loves 6-0 guys. They either go there or get offered by Oklahoma constantly. And just go look at the numbers since he's been in Oklahoma, the guys he's put out, i.e. Trent Williams, Humphreys, for all these fucking dudes, bro. Ed Willis, they're every other guy. Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson played fucking quarterback and then went to Oklahoma and Beatonbaugh got his mitts on him and it was over. So you're the best two tackles in football right now are Lane Johnson and Trent Williams. That's right and left side. Those are both Oklahoma Sooners. So it's hard. It's hard to turn that down, bro. I think Alabama was third. CU was a close second. They put look, they really full court pressed us. But now I'm sure that's the next question is why didn't he go to CU? This is my opinion because I didn't really get into why he's not going there because it's over once he told me he was going to Oklahoma. They didn't offer him until it was his 10th offer. They still haven't offered Roper. Kansas State offered him first. Bates was or not Bates. Yeah, Bates, Josh Bates that ended up going to Oklahoma and now he's at SMU. His dad played at CU just like Reese Russell's dad. Reese was 12th on CU's offer. Bates was 10th or 11th, if I remember correctly as well. So, and these are all my guys as well, so it's not like they didn't know about them. The full court press that they put on at the end was cool. They definitely showed that they wanted him. But it was just Oklahoma got their teeth in early. They were the fourth or fifth offer for Deacon in his first really big one. Right. And Beatonbaugh just got the best. So, it's CU has got to be more aggressive with the hometown kids that you have to keep in state. That's what I'm not saying it's like it was back in the day. The Gary Barnett, Bill McCartney, Rick Neuheisel. Neuheisel offered me as a sophomore. Just that took my parents up the night before the Baylor game. It was a Big 12 game in '97. They wore the gold uniforms with the black helmets, which I hope they find a way to incorporate that uniform back in. It is so fucking dope. And they beat Baylor 18-16 that night. And Neuheisel offered me before the game up in his office. I'm just saying that when you identify talent in the state, you got to get on it super early, and you got to really, really recruit the shit out of them. Okay, period. So it doesn't help that Coach Prime's sick and he hasn't been there all offseason. It doesn't help that we've had a new offensive line coach for 4 or 5 years in a row. So regardless of how good Gunner and Dre and Haig and all these guys are doing up there right now, which I think they're going to be pretty good up front from what I've seen. Jordan Seaton looks like a fucking absolute tank,
Yeah,
bro.
he looks great. Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Seaton looks like the number one pick in the draft if he keeps playing the way he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like generational talent shit. So the Larry Johnson on the other side is a fucking animal. So I think they're going to be really good up front in Boulder this year. I think it's going to be probably their most improved unit. But I don't know if the emphasis on the high school kid is as important in Boulder either. I think they're trying to go after grown-ass men that they can just depend on immediately in the NFL model. And it worked for them last year. So you got 4 new starters in there with Seaton. We'll see. But if you want to get guys like Deacon and Breck and all these other cats that we've been talking about, it's got to be, I'm not saying it's not priority, but it's got to take another step. And that step needs to be in every department, apparently, because I didn't really pay attention to this, but you told me right off the bat, like there's struggles in recruiting, apparently, and a bunch of articles about it. And they've only got 4 or 5 commits. So I'm not saying that I don't know, guys. You can come at me all you want if you want to get nasty about it, but which I'm sure the prime sexuals will, and that's okay. I'm sorry I couldn't get one of my guys to go to Boulder. I apologize. I know that's my job. That's the only place that plays football. But look, Breck's going to commit here in like 2 weeks. CU is not in his top 3. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So, I'm very interested to see how it moves forward. How are you going to offer Roper? Kansas State just offered him. That's his 7th. He also has 4 SEC offers already. Yeah. What are we waiting for? He can't play there. You're going to offer Davis Moon, or you're going to offer Nick. You offer Colton Ott, the kid from Fairview who's a freshman. Good. You got on that early. That's what I'm talking about. That is an example of productive early evaluation. Davis and Nick are those next 2 guys also. Like, Gunner told me I want to see the first month of the season from Nick. Davis Moon's already got Syracuse.
Yeah.
But like this is what I'm talking about, and I'm serving them up on a platter. I just keep pushing quality players at them. It has to be priority, like pop, pop, pop. If he's a Colorado kid and he can play, especially a big dude, well, we've got to get on those guys early, dude. They're in our backyard.
We'll talk about actual Colorado 26 recruiting in a second, Matt. But you already brought it up, kind of the blowback from Colorado fans in reacting to Deacon's commitment. What do you have to say to that? Because I saw it. Unbelievable, Matt. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Well, I was involved, so I was not paying attention to the comments. I try not to anyway, but it's impossible. Bree told me a bunch of it. She was disgusted. I had a bunch of people tell me like it got nasty really fast, which I'm sure it did. Everyone. I don't work for Colorado, man. I'm trying to help my client, number 1.
Yeah.
He made a decision that was best for him, number 2. Everyone wins in that regard. I mean, it's about the kid. That's my guy. I'm trying to help him. So I didn't influence his decision. Money didn't influence his decision. He's on a very, very basic deal that is a good deal for him to go earn it at Oklahoma. So to make it about like bag chasing, that's just not true. Considering, and also remember, Colorado had the top 2 earners in NIL last year. So let's not pretend like guys in Boulder aren't getting paid also. So again, stop with all this like crying poverty when it's not true. I will say this. I don't think it's very productive if every single time something, this is a minimal thing. It's a big deal, but this is not going to shape a franchise, a program. He's going to Oklahoma. Yes, the transfer portal's a thing. Every option is on the table. What could happen? He could turn into a fucking All-American first-round pick, or knock on wood, or something terrible could happen, or he could transfer like Bates had to transfer, tore his elbow up. The other guy played better. Now he's starting at SMU for Garden Justice, another coach that I love and think is also an awesome guy and a developer. So this is the business is about relationships. That's all I'm saying.
It's true.
So when a kid from Colorado doesn't go to Colorado and immediately the Colorado faithful goes super fucking negative, if he would have picked Colorado, I doubt the Oklahoma fans would have just poured into the chat about how much of a whatever he is and what he's doing and all these things that aren't real. So I don't think that's very productive. In fact, I think it makes us look like a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's the social media age, Matt. Like that. I mean,
you got to knock that shit off, man. Because we didn't get a recruit, somehow that's my fault or his fault. Everybody's a piece of shit, bag chasing, blah blah blah. It's like keyboard tough guy bullshit. But it's rampant, and it happens all the time. If you say anything negative about CU, anything that's portrayed negative, you have a different opinion. You don't like the way something's being done. You think they should run the ball more. It's like you're this, you're that. Race gets brought into it all the time. It's crazy, bro. Like I just sit back and like, what the fuck is going on, bro? I just think we should run the ball more. So that plays into it, and it doesn't need to. It makes us look like a bunch of fucking amateurs.
Well said, Sir Arthur. People need to remove their feelings from business. Yeah,
and that's what it is. It's business.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Football's a business, but it's not. It's now you're being just all he's doing is getting a little bit of change for playing, and that's good. That's not shaping kids' decisions. It's still about recruiting and relationships and development, especially with offensive linemen, bro. Like if you need to go buy a quarterback like Michigan did. Good. The kid gets paid. They get a great player. We'll see what works out. So it's a good decision by Deacon. Breck's up next. I think that'll happen in the next 2 weeks. That'll also be something that we talk about at length. I wouldn't get my hopes up there, CU fans. But yeah, man, we got again. I just signed a 6'7", 300-pound tackle from Skyline. Skyline is 30 minutes away from Boulder.
Mm-hmm.
If he can play, why is he not being recruited by CU? Because they don't even know about him. So Evan, big Evan Hines is down at Broomfield, 6'8", 310 pounds, defending state champion left tackle for Broomfield. Will absolutely be a power forward player once the season gets going and they see how dominant he's going to be. Fucking animal. CU has an offer him. They have an offer Roper. Roper's got Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, Colorado State, and Kansas State. But we haven't offered him.